All right, guys. So for us at the dealership, we're probably not going to really make any money on this thing just because it's time consuming. So like I said before, we're going to offer something on trade, just so that we can help her, possibly get into paying cash for a new car or, a down payment. But what I want to say is this is actually a perfect example of how you should start. This is the kind of car you want. We asked the lady on that was looking at one of our vehicles. And we said, hey, what do you want for the car? So a lot of times what I'll do is, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? So if somebody wants me to give them a price on a car, whether it's a salvage yard, loan company, title company, anything like that, they all want you to come in and bid. Well, I just joke around and say, hey, listen, how much do you want for it? Oh, well, you're the dealer, you tell me. So can I give you $100? Man, you're crazy. No, we need at least $500. You'd be surprised. You can't hurt yourself. You might be willing to pay $1,000 for this thing, but you actually can get about $500. We always ask the customer at the point in time when they say they have a trade, what do you guys want for this? And more times than not, they will actually give us a figure. Sometimes they don't, but when they do, a lot of times they don't really know what the value is, right? So this car, like we said, it's more work than what's our bread and butter, but for the first time flipper, man, this thing's a dream. So when we asked the lady how much she wanted, her answer was, I don't know, you could offer me maybe $200-300. I don't know anything about cars. I just need something new. This one's got some issues, and I just want to get in something new, right? So if you're mechanically inclined, a little bit, you got a buddy that has a shop, you could literally take the time for probably, realistically, just in parts, if you're going to do all the work yourself, probably $700-800, $1,000 max. Let's say you get lucky, you give this lady $200-300. Let's say you give her $500. Your time when you're doing this on the side is quote unquote free. Time is money, but if you're just starting out, this would be a perfect car. You could get some used tires, used parts from pull apart, salvage yard. Some of that stuff's cheap. And that's the way I cut my teeth and grew up. My average profit per car when I first started out in the car business was $500 a car. Now, some cars I made 200, some cars I made 1,000, some cars I lost $500. Don't ever buy a Saab. 1986, I remember that one. But the point being is, this doesn't necessarily work for us now just because where we are scaled-wide in a business. But man, this will be a perfect first-time flip. One of the things I was thinking about too, this car is going to run out soon on its tag here, November 24th. So she's got a couple months, but a lot of times we get people that come in and I notice that their tag's getting ready to expire. And if you start questioning them and ask them why their tag's getting ready to expire, usually the answer is, in North Carolina at least, in a lot of states, you have to pass an emissions inspection, which means your check engine light can't be on, all your monitors have to be set. And a lot of times these folks don't have the money, the time, the knowledge. Maybe they went to a shop and they told her it's going to be $5,000 to fix this thing, right? So that's an important thing you can ask about, because a lot of times the registration's expired. And unless they've gotten an inspection, they cannot renew the registration on this car, which means they cannot drive it legally. So that being said, this is probably not going to work for us. We're gonna throw her a little offer to maybe help her, purchase on the car or with a down payment. But this is like perfect prime material, like first time flip. Like I probably would have been drooling on this thing 20 years ago when I first started if somebody told me they wanted $200 or $300. Look, and even if you give her $200 or $300, worst case scenario, pull apart's going to give you probably $400 or $500, maybe $600 for this vehicle. So that being said, we're going to head back to the shop and talk to the customer.